What's up, y'all? It's JC. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. And man, let's get straight into it. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. The Houston Texans, my Houston Texans, 0-3 start yesterday, losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars, an in-division rival, 17-10. And again, the offense struggles. The offense does not look good, man. What is going on? What is going on with the offensive line? CJ Stroud, the run game is just it's not clicking. It's not clicking yesterday. Again, losing 17-10 to the Jacksonville Jaguars, in which seems like a must. It was a must-win game. It was a must-win game. Rarely, I don't even know the percentages of how many teams who go 0-3 make the playoffs, but I'm sure it's extremely low because the 0-2 percentage is extremely low. It's a couple of questions, man. Have teams figured out CJ Stroud? What is going on with the offensive line? What is going on, like, with the offensive coordinator? Bring a new offensive coordinator. I believe he came from the 49ers, right? Was he a quarterback coach at the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken? What's going on? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck, 100, whatever. I watch, of course, like primetime Monday night game last week. I got to see the whole game versus the Bucks. Yesterday had the Red Zone. And when you watch Red Zone, of course, like we all know, you don't get the full scope. I'm here on the East Coast. I still got to figure out how I'm gonna watch the Texans, man, because they took away that site that everybody was watching on, even LeBron, right? They took away that site. They shut that site down, but that site was reliable. Every Sunday it came in the clutch. Buffer here and there, but that's neither here nor there. But man, it's like I'm watching. I can only, I can stat watch, for so much. You get with the Red Zone, you get a couple of drives you see here and there, but it doesn't tell the whole story. But man, I gotta say, man, this team defensively is on point. I think this is a championship caliber defense, in my opinion. You hold the Los Angeles Rams week 1 to 14 points. And they got Puka Nacua. They got Devontae Adams. You got Kyron Williams running back. You still got Matthew Stafford who can spin the ball, right? You hold them to 14. Second week against the Bucks. I think the Bucks are a really good team, man. I got, like, after that Monday night game against the Bucks, Baker Mayfield, my respect for him just shot up because that dude, like, you couldn't hate on him. You couldn't hate on him. Like, it was that game, the game-winning drive when they marched down the field on us. I think we sent that blitz. Was it Toa who had a clean shot on him and he just bounced off Toa, ran for the first down, ran like 10, 15 yards, picked up the first. It's just like all game he was just, talking. He was talking to was it CJ? He was talking to Seti, man. They was getting to it, just real football stuff. It was just you couldn't have none but respect Baker Mayfield's game and what how he plays the game. And then yesterday, you hold the Jags to, they scored 17 points, but everyone, I did get to see that last drive, the last 2 drives. They marched down the field in order for the offense to get the ball back. It was kind of a, almost could have been bad for the Jags, right? Because the defense let them score on purpose. That last touchdown with ETN to get the ball back to the offense. So they come, get a chance to tie the game up, because if they would have, ran the clock out, they could have just kicked the field goal. And the offense would have never had a chance. So the defense is doing their part, man. Week 2, Bucky Irvin got off. He was doing his thing. Like I said, Baker Mayfield was making plays. So, but that's a really good Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. So, but I'm saying this defense is doing their part. It's the offense, man. What's going on with the O? What's going on with the O? Somebody, please let me know in the comments what is wrong with this team. Because I for sure will be watching this Sunday when we face off against the Titans. I just want to know, man. Like against the Bucks, it was no run game. We had no run game at all outside a couple of, CJ, he broke out for a couple of runs, and then of course Nick Chubb, um, towards the end of the game, he got like that touchdown run. Outside of that, it was non-existent, man. And then you look at the Buccaneers, how they were, guards pulling, getting to the second level. Bucky Irvin doing his thing. Rashad White towards the end, he came in fresh. He was, you know, getting chunk plays. It was like it was night and day. It was like you look at the Bucks, and you look at us when we try to run the ball. And then CJ, the Bucks are showing blitz and ball's just not getting out quick enough. It was just frustrating to watch because you know what CJ can do. I think people are currently writing him off, right? Because that's what this business is about. The NFL. What have you done for me lately? And CJ lately hasn't shown, the flashes that he had, or the games that he had as a rookie, or even some parts last year. People say he had a down year last year. I agree, but I think he was, still making plays. Like Texans still won a playoff game versus the Chargers, even though defense had a huge part. Like I said, this defense is a championship caliber defense. It was tough, man. Like, and I'm not gonna put this all on. Like, I'm not putting this all on CJ. Don't get me wrong. But the only time we scored a touchdown yesterday was on a busted coverage. Think about that. The only time the Texans scored a touchdown yesterday was when, who was it? Campbell. He just, it was just a busted coverage. Nico ran free. CJ threw it up, touchdown. Outside of that, what's going on, man? I know Mixon is out. When you have a running back who can, who is dynamic as a Joe Mixon, it's no knock to Nick Chubb, but we all know Nick Chubb isn't the all-pro Nick Chubb that he was in Cleveland. We know Woody Marks, he's a rookie, but he's still getting his footing in the league. He's not, that guy, right? That's no knock to Woody. Damian Pierce, is he a healthy scratch? We know what he did as a rookie. We know, I don't know what's, bro. I don't know, man. I don't think the season is completely gone because we know that this division, even though we just lost with last in the division now, tied with the Titans. But if you lose to the Titans, man, there's no hope for the season. This is being transparent, keeping it a buck. Lose to the Titans, chalk the season. 0-4, I don't think you could turn that around. I could be wrong, but I'm going to just say it. 0-4, I don't think you could turn the season around. 0-3, I think you can turn it around. But you're looking at the schedule. Let me look at the schedule. Because, when you're a playoff team, the schedule is not nice to you. Texans schedule. I know next week, like Titans. You got to beat the Titans. Rookie quarterback, you got to go in and beat the Titans. And then you got the Ravens. We got the Ravens. Now, I would say the Ravens they're going to put up points. I don't think it's going to get, just looking at the schedule. So, like I said, next week, Titans. Week after that, Ravens. That got the Seahawks, Niners, Broncos, Jags again. Like, it doesn't get easier the next 5 games. I'm like, Titans are like literally the only for sure winnable game. Like, I believe that we will win versus the Titans. After that, it just gets, it's like, the Seahawks, they're up and down, but you never know. It's just frustrating, man, to watch this offense. Especially, like I said, I can only watch that primetime game on Monday night versus the Bucks. Had a red zone every week 1 and week 3. But my fellow Texans fans, let me know in the comments, what do you see? So I can get a better, what did you see yesterday? Like, I know CJ threw that pick to Jordan Lewis. It looked like he kind of floated it, put too much air on it. And Jordan Lewis just made a play on the ball. And then that last pick, I'm not gonna put that completely on CJ. Hines Allen got a piece of that ball as he was releasing it. And it was short, but y'all let me know what was, and they can't forget that Nico fumble. Can't forget that. Like, that's when the momentum was on our side. We were marching. Looked like we were gonna. I think that would have been the go-ahead touchdown. To go up 17-10. And Nico coughed it up. After he made that, I think he believed he spinned. Guy just knocked it loose, right? And then the penalties. This team, that's probably the most frustrating part about this team is the penalties. It's like you're not making it any easier on yourself with the penalties. It was the same problem last year. All these penalties had to be, I believe last year, top 3 most penalized team in the league, top 5. And the same thing happened against the Bucks. I believe it was 7 penalties yesterday against the Jags. It's like you're not helping yourself with that. You got to be more disciplined, right? But man, like I said, y'all please let me know what went down in that Jags game. I'm not going to sit up here and just stat watch. I prefer to give my perspective on what I seen with my own eyes. But right now I'm calling on y'all, man. In the comments, let me know, what is the issue with the Houston Texans offense? On this memory here at Rocker Park. This theme. Somebody needs a basket. We're gonna see when the call go post. Snacks. Tell me yesterday, HBC.
Man, once again, man, I appreciate you having me, man. And congrats, man, on the platform. And I said, keep it going, keep doing your thing.